And we'll go ahead and jump right into item number 2, which is the roll call.
District 1 Alderman Miguel Aguirre.
Here.
District 2 Alderman Richard Hughes.
Here.
District 3 Alderman David Emery.
Here.
District 4 Alderman Michael Rodriguez.
Here.
And District 5 Alderman Matthew Martinez.
Here. All right,
Thank you.
thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can please stand and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Sounds great when we're full in here. It's like a little, this is awesome. Love that, love that. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And we're going to do the first one. It's going to be item number 4, citizens to be heard. This is the opportunity for citizens, visitors, and guests to address the City Council on any issue or any item on the agenda in compliance with LGC Section 551.007. City Council may not discuss any presented issues, nor may any action be taken on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. And let's see, I think I'm looking at the agenda item. Let's go ahead and have Agustin Garza. I think you would like to go ahead and address something about a light post on my street.
Here.
Yes, sir. Please come on up and go ahead and just state your name and your address. Okay.
Yes. My name is Agustin Garza. My address, my physical address is 15210 Esther Street, Laredo, Texas. I've been living here during the last 6 years, and I think this is a beautiful town, quiet and small town to live here. So the last day that I came to pay my water bill, I've been talking with the lady in the front desk about my request, and she told me that I can assist on this meeting to express my concern. It's about my street. We used to walk during the nights, even late nights during the fourth season of the year, and it's totally and dark. So my concern is to have light post.
Okay. Was there light before or no light at all?
No light at all. I didn't see any light post, and I've been talking with my neighbors in front and beside me, and about that. And it's expensive for me having the light on from my house because it's showing my bill receipt just to have light on the street. That's my request. I don't have nothing against the town. It's a beautiful town. I'm happy living here. That's my concern.
Well, Zach, you got that answer? Okay. So we
Thank
have
you.
a city administrator, and you'll be hearing from him, okay?
Say again?
You'll be hearing from Zach, our city administrator, okay?
Okay.
I'll definitely make sure that we close the loop with you, looking into it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Let's see, Mrs. Rodriguez.
Hi, Veronica Rodriguez. I live at 144 County Road 6842 in Twin Lakes. Still in the city side, still get the city services, garbage, and the water. I just want to get a follow-up on where my road stands as far as getting paved. I know I was on a list somewhere. I think it was before I started working for the city, about in April. So I was just wanted to check status. I know it was going to be an effort between the county and the city, so just wanted to follow up and see where we stand. Also, I wouldn't mind a street light too, because it's very dark out there too. But yeah. In addition to, he reminded me when he said, yeah. But yeah, definitely just wanted to check status on the road.
So in a sense of just status within itself, it's just we're waiting for the county. It's just like you said, it was a partnership the last time that we checked, right, Zach?
Now, is there? Yeah, so I can reach out to the county as well, like kind of follow up with them as
I
well.
would work through our city administrator because we had a meeting already with the commissioner.
Okay. Okay.
So go to the city administrator. And we'll annotate the light too.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, take care of that. All right, let's see, and I think that was pretty much it. I didn't have anybody else, but I still want to ask, is there anybody else that wants to be heard? Besides if you're on the agenda item or anything like that? Going once, going twice. Okay, go ahead and show that, Paula. Those are the two comments that we had. We'll go ahead and move on to item number 5. This is consent agenda. This is consider the approval of the payment of bills. Council, if you can go ahead and look at list of bills that was provided for our consideration.
Lynette, I only have one question on the AT&T mobility. Is that possible to bundle those two, or were those two payments kind of separated out?
We separated because they had different account numbers, and when we tried to do it a couple of years ago, they would apply it wrong. And then it would take months to figure out and correct because they were all on separate account
Right.
numbers.
So we looked into bundling, but
We tried.
okay.
I will say, I think the air cards, though, we are looking to.
So you have FirstNet Mobility, which is what we have in all the police
Yeah.
cars for us to talk on our computers. And then on the side of that is 2 mobile hotspots, one that was set for City Hall and one for the PD that have since been canceled. And the only other 2 items on that account are the city cell phone that Zach carries and the city cell phone for emergency management. If you want, I can reach out to our FirstNet guy, because that other account was set up by Frontera without any knowledge from me. But I can see if we can merge those into one account if y'all want. I wasn't aware of the issue, but
Yeah, because I was looking at the numbers, and it's not really a significant amount, but any
we got
little
right
bit
to
might
check
help.
this. If you're not AT&T, we'll mess it up.
Right.
And those hotspots were canceled after this.
Yes.
So that's, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment of bills as submitted.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Who's first? Okay, a second. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All days, motion carries forward. Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 6. This is a presentation of the annual citizenship award. So we're gonna go down there. We'll go ahead and take care of it over there. All right. Perfect. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, little background, just so you have an idea about our annual awards, is we went ahead and started something new here a couple of years ago, where we decided that it was very important for us to make sure that we captured folks that are out in our community that are making a difference, and making sure that they get evaluated by our citizens to be able to determine who is the person or the group of people that we should be able to recognize. So we put it on the table. We asked Alderman Rodriguez to go ahead and help us out with that. Came up with a great, let's see him back there, great committee. There's the other ones here. Great committee that actually went ahead and went out, and we started in October. Is that correct?
That's when that's when the nomination forms go out.
So
In October.
we send it out. They ask for nominations. They come forward. The committee meets, I think at least 4 times.
Yeah, during the nomination period, we will meet as we get nomination forms, and you get too many. But then at the end of October, that's when the committee will get together and we'll go through all the nomination forms. But it's important to state that this is coming from the citizens. It's not coming from the council anymore. So as citizens, you can nominate whoever you feel would be warrant a nomination and eventually be appointed an award. So no, it's been a great program and we've had great committee members.
We have, and it's come out a long way in the 2 years that we've been able to do this, because it's important that we do this. And we recognize it, because we knew that we had a lot of unsung heroes. So tonight, that's what we want to do, is be able to recognize some of the folks that were nominated and actually competed against others, and then they're actually here to go ahead and recognize. We will have to do another meeting and have some folks so we can finish up for the whole group. But the first one, Sammy, come on up. Come on up. Be able to do that. So Sammy Aguinaga is just an unbelievable individual. And if you probably recognize, he's just a great, great person that is one of Santa's helpers, that is always there to be able to help out, in the sense of being able to take care of our kids in different ways. But that's the small part that goes along with that. I think the big part is just your commitment to our community and being involved, whether it's from the church to other activities, to looking out for other kids and the elementary, other events that are happening. And on a personal note, he's gone through a lot of challenges, and he's always been very positive about it. He's always been in prayer and always believed that it's the right thing to make sure that we take care of others. And even right now, while he's still trying to go through those portions of his life, he still finds the time to say, how can I help? And I think if there was one phrase that defines who he is that, how can I help? Sammy has always been there. And every time you see him, I don't think you never see him not smiling. He's always smiling. He's always joyful. And it's just a blessing to all of us to be able to do that. So I think the committee, without a doubt, when they saw the nomination and compared them and just said, hey, is this an individual that truly represents what Vital is all about? You're on the top. You're in the top, Sam. And we can't thank you enough for everything that you do. On a personal note, I love seeing him at the school. He's always invited him at anything and everything, from sporting events to things with the kids. He's always there being so supportive. I think it's, without a doubt, a great, great pleasure for us to be able to go ahead and present you the Annual Citizenship Award for the category of adult making a difference. And by the way, he's already been up here. He's starting to have groupies. It's just a few months ago we were here and we were recognizing him because we had a first nighttime homecoming parade, and Josiah ended up being our grand marshals for that. So it was just a great way. And that's another thing that kind of tells you the caliber of person who is. So we're going to take a quick photo here, and we'll hold it like this. And look over there. And then council, here we go. Come on up. Let's move up. That'd be good. Now, committee members, I want you, Laura, can you fix your hair? A little bit later, we'll get everybody together. We'll do a group one. Here we go. Good. All right. Thank
you very much. And as long as I can still play my role, and I know which one it is. And I just want to thank God for giving me the strength to keep on going, and everything that I've been going through. I just leave it in my Lord's hands. And I want to thank y'all, and God bless each and every one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Sammy, you got a bunch of people behind you. We're right there with you. Okay?
Thank you all so much.
All right. Our next award is the Youth Award. Come on up. Come on up. is just an unbelievable person. Always volunteering, even, from very time 2022, in the sense of just getting started, always looking for opportunities to be there. He started going out, where's Daniel? Daniel, he's back there. So he started going out to animal care and control facility and started volunteering out there, helping out. And while he was out there, I heard that you started getting involved with helping one of the pets that was out there for fostering. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Freckles? Yeah, Freckles. Yeah, so took Freckles in and became part of his life and his family life. And, Carter didn't stop there. Carter decided to go ahead and take Freckles and help Freckles become a therapy dog. And took that dog over to the nursing home and spent time out there visiting folks with Freckles as a way to get that. Look, see this right here? You gave me goosebumps. So that is just unbelievable that you were actually doing that as a way to be able to help out. But I got to know Carter also, and it wasn't because of that. I got to see him because I tried as best as possible to go where he go. I would see our kids in different places, and one of the places is he would actually be over at the Methodist Church. Every, the first and third Monday, they have the pantry. This is where folks pull up and we give them some goodies that have come from the San Antonio Food Banks. We can take care of them. And he's always there giving them something extra and finding a little bit of incentive to be able to do that. This past month, just last week, right? Yeah, last week, he was out there and he was giving Christmas cards. He was giving Christmas cards. So without a doubt, when you start looking at somebody to recognize at his age and what he's doing, this is the right award at the right time to be able to highlight you. So we have a little award on here that says the Annual Citizenship Award to you, and it has your name on there. And it says on there, making a difference for others. Isn't that cool? All right. So let's take a photo. Okay, so come on over this way. And move this way, okay? We're gonna have the council right behind us. And then we're gonna look that way. We're gonna do a handshake. There we go. And we're gonna do this. And hold on. And we're gonna do another one. Hold on. Mom, you wanna come up here? No,
The
you did?
camera's a little.
You wanna come up here? Come on up. Come on
The
up.
camera's a little.
Come on up. You wanna come up? No? Okay. All right. Congratulations. Unbelievable. Man, I wish I was like him when I was I'm gonna do that. Okay, with carrying the tradition and folks, so there's different age groups and everything in between. We also have a category because we have folks that are from our surrounding communities, but they're technically not a resident of our city. And these are the people that still come to our city and make a difference. So we didn't want to miss out the opportunity of highlighting an individual that has done so much for this community. And that is Gracie. Come on up, Gracie. Come on up. So Gracie is a superstar, without a doubt. From the time that I met her and she came over and she said, hey, we need to talk. And it wasn't because of her program that she's involved in, it's because she just saw a vision of doing something in our community that would be able to take care of the surrounding communities. So Gracie had this great idea because we've been bouncing around ideas about doing an outreach program, right? Yeah. So she came up and said, hey, Mayor, how about if we do this, this, and this? How about if we bring in the food bank? How about if we bring, different agencies to be able to help our folks that are in need? How about if we actually bring, we have a lot of grandparents that are parents, and there's a support agency out there that provides resources to them too. I mean, you go down the list, healthcare, different healthcare providers that are out there, insurance covered. I mean, on and on. Oh, and cricket. A great program out there where they have, based on your income, they have a program to be able to help our folks that are in need. So she covered it all. And we started a couple of years ago, and it worked out really good. and it took off. And this year, it just took off again even more, and it just keeps, here recently, getting bigger. She brought in the farmer's market, where we have farmers from around the area where they get a voucher, so it's kind of like a win-win situation. We get vouchers, and then we actually support the local farmers that are here. And everybody goes home with some goods that goes along with that. But she had this vision, and she had this commitment, not only for us. And by the way, she is a lifeguard. That's pretty cool. She doesn't but she came back and she started it here. She's become so popular that I got mayors from other cities asking, hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Right? I know. And it just continues. It just continues for them.
And you're going in for haircutting events.
And I was gonna add, and here recently, she actually teamed up with somebody, and we actually have, this is our second year that we've done it, where we have free haircuts before school starts. Last year, it was mostly the little boys, and this year now we got little girls involved too.
We're able to service 120 families.
So when you talk about impact, I mean, she took it upon herself to make a difference. So the least that we could do, Grace, is to be able to give you the award, and this is referred to as the honorable mention on there for 2024, making a difference for others. So if I can get the council to please stand again, I know, we'll take a big photo. This, and this. Got everybody? Okay. Now, Annie, do you want to say anything?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to help the city and surrounding counties, because we're not just helping Vital, we're helping all the other areas. I also work for a nonprofit organization, we have provided free night visit bikes and things for families as well. I work for the WAKE program, been here 27 years. So, it's pretty up.
She does everything. And even she's this committed that one time she was hurting and she was still here. And she's still pushing herself because she's that committed to take care of the family.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
So with that in mind, I need you to stay up here. Let's have the award winners come on up, bring your presentation. And, okay, no, you got your straight. Come on up. Come on up. Come over. Okay, here we go. Other committee members, come on up. Let's get everybody in the middle. Carter, let's get you in the middle. You need to be in the middle. Get in the middle, right here. We're gonna shift. Yep. Let's shift this way. Shift. There we go. Perfect. Let's get everybody in here. You can be right there. Okay. Got everybody? We're good? Okay. Let's take a quick photo over there. All right. Once again, to the committee members, thank you so much. Your tireless efforts, spot on. You guys knocked it out of the park. The right people be able to get right. So we really appreciate you guys actually doing this. And Mike, thank you for leading the group. Being able to take
You're welcome, man.
And lastly, Paula, thank you for taking care of all the hardware and doing all the coordination. Awesome. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and move on and go to our next item on the agenda. And let's go ahead and move on to number 7. This is the open session. This is a take action on items discussed. A, consideration and possible action concerning a request for applicant for reconsideration of the final plat of Lido MHC Mobile Park Phase 1 and 2, a plot containing 29.804 acres, 16.896 acres being of a portion of that 21.23 acre tract recorded in volume 811, page 794 of the deed of records of Atascosa County, Texas, and 12.901 acres being all of that called 12.934 acres recorded in volume 699 page 170 of the deed records of Atascosa County, Texas, and the J.B. Gottleman Survey 512 and inclusive of the 0.041 of an acre right-of-way dedication. Zach.
Mayor and Council, as the item indicated, we did receive a letter from the attorneys representing the applicant to reconsider this particular final plat request. So it has been placed back before you. The letter that was provided to our city attorneys is provided, and also the response that they also received from us regarding the disapproval from the the November meeting. So this was placed back on the agenda for that reason. State does require, with the changes that were done in the local government code regarding platting, when we receive basically a request to place it back on, reconsider it, we do have 15 days to hear that. And so that's why this is back on. And since we don't have another meeting for the end of the year, it was placed on this particular meeting. So.
Thank you, Zach. Do you have anybody signed up for that one? Okay. We'll do that. Council?
Mayor, I would like to make a motion.
Okay.
I make a motion that we deny the final plat request, as the final plat does not conform with the City of Lido Comprehensive Plan and related zoning regulations as required by Section 36-94 Part 1 of the Code of Ordinances.
Okay. A motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Got a second? Okay. Council, any discussion? Okay. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All yeas. Molly, do we need to do it individually, or is that good? That's fine. Okay. All yeas. No. Motion doesn't carry forward, or the motion carries forward.
Forward to
but
deny, yes.
For the denial that goes along with that. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and move on to item B. And this is consideration and possible action concerning resolution number 2450, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lido, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of a license agreement by and between the City of Lido, Texas, and Lido Little League for the use of the ball fields at John Lott Municipal Park from January the 1st, 2025 to August the 31st, 2025, providing for incorporation a preamble authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such an agreement and providing an effective date.
Mayor and Council, before you is the resolution approving the agreement between ourselves and Lido Little League. Standard agreement that we have done in the past. No changes there. So this is just to re-up for next year for their use of the fields out at John Lott Park. And they are here if you have any questions or concerns. So.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 24-50, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lido, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of a license agreement by and between the City of Lido, Texas, and Lido Little League for the use of ball fields at John Lott Municipal Park from January 1st, 2025 to August 31st, 2025, providing for the incorporation of preamble authorize the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effective such agreement and provide effective date today of December the 9th, 2024.
I got a motion on the floor.
I'll second that.
Second? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Any discussion? I would like, since we have the folks here, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as part of the board so the council knows. Come on up. Come on up.
Hey guys, I'm Roland Sparza. I'm the new president this year for 2025. These are each other, vice president, 2025. Chris Foster, information officer, 2025.
Cody Davenport, safety officer.
Christina Aldana, and I'm the president. Elisa Gonzalez, player agent.
And we're missing one more, Carlos, our secretary. He did work, so I try to get him to stay with me.
So I just wanted, and I asked you to come up with this because I want the council to understand. I know you guys do so much for the community, get involved, take care of not only just running it, but at the same time putting the personal attention that goes along with that. I think the council and the Little League has developed a great relationship here in the last few years, and I think it's just been phenomenal of how we can actually get things accomplished in a short period of time and be able to do that. The council is working really, really hard, I can tell you, and for us to be able to get you those lights that you guys have been asking for 40 plus years, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're hoping to hear some good news here probably in the first quarter of next year, so we could go ahead and at least do that portion of it. I know we got some other open items that we're going to work with you, but actually having a formal document, I think it's important for us to establish that relationship so we actually have it formalized and all that. I love that you guys are actually using the Orange Fincher Center, which is our senior center, and I think that has been worked out really good. I've gotten a lot of feedback from the parents. It makes it a lot easier for you guys to do the registration and do all the things that need to be done, without a doubt. But I just wanted the council. Council, did you have anything or anything?
You know, Mayor, having been a coach and part of the board way back when, I know
When they were
you
asking for the lights.
I know, yeah. Hey, I was asking. I know you guys put in a lot of hard work. My hat's off to you. I know you're there day in and day out, before, after. So thank you for being out there for our youth. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Anything else? Okay. We have a motion on the floor, so we'll go ahead and put it all there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Thank
We're
you.
ready to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get to work.
Yep.
There we go.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
So thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you. All right, thanks, Michael. Appreciate that too. Sorry to throw the timeliness of the lights.
Hey, I date myself every once in a while.
But I know it has been. Gracie, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Grace.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Gracie.
Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to C, consideration and possible action concerning resolution number 2451, a resolution of City Council of City of Lytle, Texas, approving a joint agreement between City of Lytle and Southwest Independent School District for May the 3rd, 2025 general election, providing for the incorporation of preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such an agreement, and providing an effective date. Zach?
Mayor and council, just like the last one, this is a pretty standard agreement that we've entered into before. Southwest ISD is asking for a joint election to be held on that May 3rd, and the location would be at the Horace Fincher Center. So for hosting that, but just a standard agreement that we've done in the past. So.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
I move that we approve resolution number 24-51 as presented with the effective date of today, December 9th, 2024.
Mayor, I'll go ahead and second that.
Yeah, a second. Okay. Any further discussion? The only thing is, we'll just continue to work very closely with them. Paula, just to make sure we got everything lined up for them.
Yes.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you so much. All yeas. And I see somebody looking at me. It's like, okay, the next agenda item. Almost there. D, consideration and possible action concerning the City of Lytle boards and commission vacancies.
Yeah, so staff has spoke to Tammy McDonald and Anna Carrillo for the positions as outlined. So Tammy McDonald for the Planning and Zoning Commission, and then Anna Carrillo for the Manufactured Home Commission. So we're recommending that we go ahead and appoint those two individuals tonight. And then the only ones we'll have at that point is the Keep Lytle Beautiful positions to fill. And we're looking at, those requirements and everything, so.
Well, we got Anna. She's sitting in the back over there, all quiet. We appreciate you volunteering and helping us out so we can go ahead and take care of our committees. And we look forward to continued working, taking care of our beautiful city of Lido. It'll be great. Okay.
So Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Tammy McDonald, Planning Zoning Commission, Anna Carrillo for Manufactured Home Commission, City of Lido boards and commission vacancies to fulfill those positions.
No second? Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's official, Anna. You're now. We'll put you on the list. All will be reaching out to you, right? Yeah, that'll be good.
Thank you.
You'll have a good group that'll kind of give you, but just get with her and she'll fill you in with anything that we need to do. But thank you for volunteering. Appreciate it. And spread the word. We're still looking for other folks for the other committee, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 8, and this is department reports, Animal Care and Control Department report. So we'll have Daniel come up. Oh, we're looking for the remote.
Yeah. We'll cycle through. All right.
Good evening, Mayor, gentlemen. Going through the calls, again, standard calls, 25 per month, 0 traps out, no euthanasias, we had 0 returns. Intake 6, we adopted 6 out. Now our count was 17 dogs and 6 cats. That is as of today's date also.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep, this is good. This is good.
Transfer, we had 9 transfers out. We had 6 go to San Antonio, Maine, 2 to FOA, which those 2 actually went to New Jersey and to the Hamptons. And then 1 was sent out to Roxy Canine, was a Rottweiler. That's a Rottweiler rescue. Volunteer hours right now, we had 12 volunteers, cumulative 170.5 hours. Bella's Pantry again, it's kind of right about we're right around the 85 to 90 mark on average. We did have 11 new that came in. The one that stood out there is another, again, we're having from Bear County and actually farther coming out to us. Facility, again, still working with Cal right now. Our pest and everything is, say, knock on wood, it is down. So we're actually doing really good. We're not keeping the pest, to a minimum. So we're saving our food and all the stuff. So
Is it pretty much resolved, do you think?
it's no, there's still, again, we do get some spikes every now and then, but again, for the most part, it's not where it was at when I first got here. So it actually shows an improvement, but again, I want to stay on top of it because as soon as I lax that go, we don't want that infestation to come back and then we're playing catch up again. If we do have a pantry or something that happens and all that food that could be divvied out to the community is spoiled, that we can't give out, with tainted food.
That's bad. But if you feel that it's taken care of, just work with Zach and we're
Yes,
good. If you ever get the spike, then put it back on that. But if you guys are controlling it and everything is good, you don't need to have it on the slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Upcoming events, again, our Christmas party, which again, we just had this past Saturday. Dragonfly is coming up. It would be this Saturday coming up. And then Bella's Pantry at the end of the month.
That's awesome.
Gentlemen, any questions?
Appreciate it. Council, just so you know, so Daniel's been working very closely with Zach, and we should be putting out a handout that is going to have two quick references. Number one, it's going to have, in case you have an animal that needs to be taken care of, depending on the situation, it'll give instructions on there. If you have unique situations and you need a phone number, because it might be a wildlife or something out of the ordinary that they normally do, it's going to have it in there. And I think we're planning to put it on the website.
Yes.
Okay. So all that will be in there, along with some of the fees that we actually have already talked about, or among us on there, just as a quick reference, so folks can get the information without trying to figure out what to actually do.
Gentlemen?
Thanks, Danny. Appreciate it. All right. And let's see. Sandra.
All right. Let's see. We had a low turnout last month for actually, it would have been November, not December. And I think it's just because of we had 3 holidays in there, so kind of slow. Checkouts, we had 1,587. It was also low on this one, 15. There was only 7 users and 15 loans. People are still learning this app, so we're still trying to learn it ourselves. We had 3 new accounts, 25 account renewals in April, May, 21 library cards. And it's still story time and the other craft. And for upcoming events, we have make your own snowman, and we're going to disguise a gingerbread man. And then we're going to make Christmas tree ornaments and snowflakes during the week that the kids get out. So.
Also, that first week after school is out?
I think so, but we're only going to be open that one day. So the snowflakes, I think, are at the end of the week, but everything else will be like at the beginning of the week or
on the 23rd.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
So,
real short.
yeah,
This one.
So that's what we're going to do it.
Well, that'd be good.
And then last month I had a library director meeting in Jordanton and then an Atascosa County meeting in Pleasanton. We normally only go through November and actually have one tomorrow because some of the other libraries didn't spend all their money, so we're trying to make sure everything gets spent before the end of the year. And we're still working on this. And curbside, we only have one person now that's actually using it. So, and there's the calendar, and then those are the displays. I was Native American history, and then or Native American heritage actually, and then aviation history month, and then diabetes. Those are the displays we had.
First flight.
That's it. Any questions?
Yeah, I did see a slide on the ebooks. Is it still going pretty good?
It's new. We have a new app. It's a little different
Oh,
than the
we
other
changed
one.
the app?
Yes, the app
Okay.
is now called Boundless. It used to be called Simply E, but now it's called Boundless. So it's a little bit more kind of like Libby, what San Antonio Public uses. It's slightly like that one, but we've only had 7 people actually start using it.
So the users for the original account.
It was
or
like
software, they'll be
Yeah.
able to fulfill
Yes,
their
because
loan and then just come into the new.
yes. So I have to tell them, okay, download the
Yes.
Boundless and take away the Simply E. So
Yeah, I was just curious because
Yeah.
even though it was kind of like a slow period
yes.
during December, I would think the ebooks would still be up there.
Yes,
on
it's just that
usage.
they're still
Okay.
this new one, they're still putting books in it. So like the other one had a lot of new stuff, and this one doesn't have that yet. They're working on putting that stuff in there.
Okay,
So
thank you.
hopefully you're welcome. Any other questions?
Sandra, on your slide of the labels project,
Mhm.
can you just put the ones that are still open?
Yeah, I can take the other ones off.
That way it doesn't
Yeah,
get.
No, I
the
can
ones
I can do that.
Easier.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that. All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Robbie's sick, so I can go through it if you would like. The work orders for the month there, obviously we're still seeing some of those higher rereads, but as we've kind of talked about in the past, as we're getting more meters changed out, some of those, are coming in to question some of that, what's going on with their water bill and stuff like that. So no sewer, which is great still. Mostly,
Actually, can you go back?
yeah, to this one or that one?
No, that one.
Yes.
Okay, so we've been doing good, council. Please, if you talk to folks that are tied into the sewer, can't overemphasize. We need to remind folks, those none or the flushable wipes. Yeah,
Not so
Not-
flushable.
they're not very friendly. to, yeah, they'll flush, but unfortunately, we catch them
Yeah.
and they cost. So this is good for now, but I will tell you, there's been some good ones that have happened.
Yeah.
They look like the mummy when they pull them out. It's like this big old thing, and it's all tied up, wadded up, and everything. So
Yeah.
please, if you get a chance, talk to folks. Just remind folks about that.
I will
Yeah.
tell you that was primarily the part of the biggest problem when we completed the cleaning out at the sewer plant. They took several, like a day and a half just to get some of that out, and it was rags and those wipes and stuff like that. So it's a huge problem. So,
Yeah, I was just going to state, this is not a city of Lidle issue.
It's not.
I've seen other cities complain about the same thing with the
Yeah.
flushable wipes.
Yeah.
They do cause problems.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish companies would stop putting it
Stop putting that on there, yes.
So, obviously, you see the work orders there. Cutoff list 14, reconnect 7, and then the miscellaneous work orders for that. Current leaks, I do know that we have completed the 2 fire hydrants that were open.
Took care of those two.
I couldn't tell you any of the others, Mayor. So, but definitely the 2 fire hydrants were completed.
Eileen.
Fire hydrant over here. Okay, that's good. So this one was by the church, right?
Yes,
And then the other one was over by.
the Texan Bank.
We took care of those. I don't think we've done anything with this. This one on Love Street.
Yeah, I don't think any of those have. They did do that one. I don't even think it was on the list, but they completed over the holiday weekend on Lake Street. There was a main and a valve that broke out there. So
It was at a T, right?
yeah,
That was beneficial. We were getting that one, so have these two. Oh, actually, they took care of this one too.
yes, that one is off. Yes,
So County Road 67 to 10.
yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that one was a good one.
I will say, just for reference to council, some of the locates that have been called in on these are like 3 or 4 weeks out on some of these. So for whatever reason, locates are taking a long time for some of these other companies to call in the locates. The what I've asked Robbie to start doing is, because obviously, as you'll see in the later slides, you know, we're spending water way over our allowable amount, as we've talked about before. And that obviously contributes, even though they're small leaks, they are contributing to that. So I've asked him to start calling them as emergency. And that seems to get maybe them a little faster out here. So just as an FYI on that.
Yeah, the one on Oak Street by the park, we're gonna need to fix that one before we let it leak, because that's the
Yes.
one that applies the water out to the field.
Yes.
But it's shut off. I know
Yes.
they
Yes.
turned it off, but you can't turn that valve to supply that area.
Yes.
Try to do that. But yeah, that matches up to what we actually have on.
Perfect.
So that's good. That's
Um,
good.
And then there's just the work orders to just show you the breakdown there. Obviously, as I just indicated, here is the water usage and the reduction. So we're continuing obviously to go up and over. This still does not include the 49 acres that we just completed because we're finalizing the paperwork with Edwards. So we'll have an additional 49 acres in there, but it's not a lot, but it is more than what's shown there. So, and that's just the breakdown of the pool and the stages thus far. So, and obviously that takes us to December 2nd on there when he pulled it. So
Zach, we'll have in January.
January it
we'll actually be doing-
resets. So
Yeah, well, it resets, but we have the open item with the stage 5. We need to get that.
yes,
right?
in January that'll be in front of y'all. So that's in my report. So I was going to talk about that. Yeah. Yep. So and that's just the breakdown of those previous. So that's all I had. Unless there's any
Did
questions.
they provide any checklists?
No, they did not. So, it's on my list.
We gotta get those checklists. Okay, we spend a lot of money. We gotta get it in front of us. So if he's not gonna be here, we need the checklist for the council next meeting.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, thank you. Richie. Richie's like, it's 7:20.
I
What
know, I was
is
gonna
going
say, I
on?
thought I was gonna get a little further ahead here. Let's see. Does this work? Okay. Cost structure 197, motor vehicle collisions, alarms, nothing, those numbers were actually pretty small. 149 building checks, business checks, 369 building checks. 169 citations, still seat belts. Speeding the number one, followed closely by motor vehicle registration. I think, as they've done away with these inspections, you may see some changes. You may see eventually more equipment violations because before, we'd all put off getting something maybe fixed till you got the inspection. And now without the vehicle inspection, I think the vehicles out there are going to be a little more, probably a few more vehicles in need of repair. The racial profile and stuff here. And okay, I'm sorry, go back. Does it go back or is it going forward? Oh, the one with the one pointing back that way. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that, they need to put words on here.
You tried to make it easy.
So complicated.
They might hold it upside down.
Yeah, there you, good point. Adult arrest, recovered a stolen F-250. I think they saw that cruising down the road. Actually, the guy was coming down Railroad Street out of San Antone, and he pulled in over here on just right across the street, McDonald Street, into a house. Like, they saw the officer like right there, and the officer kind of turned on him or something. He pulled in there like probably thinking maybe the officer would think he lived there and just pass on by. Well, he did, and the officer pulled in there. And anyway, recovered that stolen vehicle, and he has some warrants and stuff. DWI, warrant service, controlled substance, warrants, theft and controlled substance, DWI. So a lot of DWI stuff. Identity theft, no fraud. Burglars, none. Criminal mischief, we had a vehicle get keyed at HEB. Theft, again, pretty light, which is good. Range at a home that had just finished over there in Saddle Ridge. Some property was recovered at HEB. I'm sorry, Rosewood.
We'll see what happens with that one. They caught somebody in San Antonio and apparently had
It's a big,
places.
it's a big racket. I mean, there's so many subdivisions that it's like, you can just go, imagine we're on Highway 90, they're building those houses. One minute you drive by and it's empty land. The next minute they've got roads. The next day, there's houses. And the next time there's people out there parked. So, yeah, it's a huge. We're going to see more of that. We do what we can, but it's a huge industry. Theft. It's a wonderful theft opportunity. Dollar Tree. Don't get many baskets taking stuff at Dollar Tree, but we did get that. So again, not much. Found property, lost property. We find a lot of stuff. At Topi's lost property actually is going to be a theft. It is. We're able to look at videos. That was a theft deal where he was most likely followed from the bank. Local person. Special events, escorts, lots of stuff going on. Tech stop meeting, bus escorts, siren test, bus escort, department head meeting. Had a couple officers in the bike patrol class. Then Anthony and I assisted the day before Thanksgiving, right? Wednesday. Up there with Tommy Joe's and they're going to do another one. They told me today. They came by about something unrelated. They're going to do another one around Christmas. So we'll try to be up there and help them with traffic. And then we did some food distribution up at the Gonzaba did it up at the annex, and it was a real good deal. We unloaded the stuff off the truck, and then I'd grab a box, and Mr. Meadows put a thing of stuffing on there, and it was. And the mayor was opening the door. It was it worked out pretty well. I'll just leave it at that. Cases filed 4 at the county.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, 4 at the county attorney's office.
But you
1
did
at the
come out in a good photo.
Did I? Oh, I don't ever look. I just told the guy make sure I was in something. So.
Yeah.
Was I good? Well, that's good.
You did good.
Nothing over at Medina County right now. Human Resources, that just closed on the 27th. We had like 15 hours of overtime, 105 hours of vacation, 55 hours of sick time. So anyway, not bad again. We had a guy out on injured. We had a guy out on work, light duty. We had another couple people get the stomach bug. We've had, it's rolled through there, but we got through okay. Simply Max, that is what is that, Matt? That's a makeup place? Makeup place. Street Farms, Matt, help me with that.
That's the dispensary that is not called that.
Yes, the dispensary that we haven't heard from. So there may be, who knows? That's a THC dispensary. That's right. Little Pirates Daycare, working on IHOP. They called today. I think they're ready to start training some employees. They don't have all the tests that they need on our end, but it's okay because they don't have gas yet to test the equipment anyway. So I guess they're getting employees together, so it's got to be getting close.
Yeah, when I went over there in council, they already have their Pizza Hut going, so you can get the pizza and, you know, if they don't have yours, they can make it in 7 minutes. But they mentioned that they're hoping that somewhere between the middle of January, the latest, the middle of January, end of January. It just depends on the equipment and the training. I know they already hired some people.
It's what they implied to Matt today, that they're trying to get them over there and get them at least, maybe they can work on, even though the equipment's not working, I guess like Matt said, point of sale, all the other stuff they need.
Worst case scenario, the end of January. Worst case.
We're coming down, considering how long that project's been going, the worst case, the end of January is pretty soon. I mean, that'll be good, you know.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks are waiting.
Yep.
Molly has her syrup. She wants her pancakes.
That's the way.
There was no cheese pizza, and they had meat lovers, and they got meat lovers. I ordered a cheese pizza. It's great.
That's
Cool.
good.
We got a lot of good
Good job.
options here. Had a little grass fire on the interstate, and then that's very small, and then a food trailer. Oh, that's the end of mine. The only other thing we have going is we opened applications last Wednesday. We put them in the paper. We got on some social media, but we also have it on that TML website for 2 positions. One being the grant funded positions, which we believe will be funded, and we'll be able to do sometime in February if we get the person hired. That would fill that, and then Sergeant Hanson's retirement will be, his position will fill probably the 1st of April, but he'll be on probably starting time towards I've got the exact dates I don't have, but towards the very end of December, the 1st of January, he'll be on more or less like terminal leave with all his vacation and sick leave. And then we'll fill. So we're hoping to hire 2 out of the 1 hiring run. If we don't get good applicants, we've got some fairly decent response early on. So have a good vibe, you know, that maybe we'll be there. If we don't, then we'll have time still to advertise after the first of the year.
Let us know and do something for him as part of this.
Yeah, you know, he's so,
We'll ask him, but
he's
there's
so,
no interest on having
you know, I mean, he's just one of them kind of guys. But I did tell him we'll at least do something at the office, you know, for him. And, or he should take us somewhere nice. So anyway, everything's going well. Yeah, take him to IHOP. That's a good point. So we are, that's what we've got going. We're already starting to process with some applicants and do some initial background stuff. They haven't turned stuff in, but we've got some resume type stuff. And so we'll be, main thing we're gonna do right now, obviously, is try high visibility, keep the crime down during this time, and which we've been fortunate. And then we're ready for Saturday night, which is fun. And then we'll just slide into 2025.
Awesome. Anything, council? PD? All right. Thank you. Lynette?
This is gonna kind of be short. You know, we don't really have a lot of the bills in, so I put mostly just your revenues in here. So your ad valorem for the month is going to be 78,000. We're at a total of 130,000 out of the 1.1 that we budgeted. Hotel tax came in at 9,000. We average right around 10,000 a month, so we're right where we need to be out of the 110. Franchise tax came in the big quarterly deposits from CPS. I booked them. We're at 64,000. We still have more that'll come in through this month, so that's not completely a total for November. I mean, for the total booking that's going to be coming in. So we're probably about, I'd say, another $30,000 short. City sales tax, we're at 300,000. We booked 170,000. That's the highest the city's ever booked in the 3 years I've been here. But remember, that's 2 months behind. So it's whatever opened 2 months ago. Mm-hmm.
we're always 2 months behind. So we booked 170. It's the highest I've ever done. Permits, I'll let Zach go into that and Paula go into that, but she's been extremely busy with that. Even though it shows 4,500 in there, there is a whole lot that's still pending. Beer and wine, she did do a license for 175, but I can't tell you where that's off the top of my head. And then the tax revenue for beer and wine. The beer and wine is going to vary because we have a lot of people that pay quarterly and not monthly. So you'll see it jump probably here shortly. Garbage, the collection, remember that goes in and it comes right back out because we do pay for it for anywhere between, we're paying right now about $30,000 a month for garbage collection. So even though you see that money coming in, then of course you have your overhead and burden that I've got to take out of that. Court revenues, which Zach will go more into. Period activity of $30,000 uncollected for fines. Purdue, which is our warrant collection, did a little $3,000, and then the fines through OmniBase, it's kind of where we lock up their driver's license, came in at $613. So they're right on where they need to be for their budget. Animal control, he got a little bit in for the adoption fees, and for the donations, he averages between 150 and 180, and then donation for spay and neuter that came in. Library, the same thing. She brought in $190.31 on donations. That's mostly that comes in on the utility bill every month. Money making projects, the $569, which she would have to tell you what that is because I do not remember off the top of my head. And other income could be books, anything like that that's booked in that she brings in. Water service fees for the month was the highest that we've ever did at $118. We were doing 80, 90,000. So the new houses are really taking effect on the billing. Tapping fee $6,500. That's a little bit lower than what we have been doing per month, and with the tapping fees and acquisition fees and impact fees. So I know today that LGI and some other ones dropped off some pretty big checks that I just booked in. Late charges are lower than normal, but we like that. That means people are paying their bills on time, and the service charge fees that's a miscellaneous kind of, it could be credit card fees or different stuff that come in. Sewer fees, $38,000. That's right, that's normal about what we were at. We were at 30, we went to 38. Impact fees are a little bit lower, but like I said, we just saw a big check come in. I think things slowed down right for the holidays for Thanksgiving. Utility reading, on the updates and stuff, the meter reading for January for the billing is not complete, so I can't really give you an update. The guys really didn't put out any more radio reads because of the stuff with the holidays. They've been really busy decorating and doing stuff like that, and we've been shorthanded due to somebody being out sick. Building the final matrix and data for the stormwater, that's going to go live here. We should be billing for January to be collected in February. I've been doing some Encode training. They're changing a lot of things for the 2025 year. But it's not really anything that's going to affect here. It's the way it's going to be for the reporting. Financial-wise, we have the new GL completely reconstructed, so it's actually a whole lot nicer and easier to work with. End of month for the closing for November. Ronnie are in the middle of that right now. The bank statements, Paula just threw them on my desk today, so I can finish out for the rest of the month. So I really can't really... Huh? She did. She threw them. You should see her when she does it. It's violent. So they're sitting on my desk, so I can. We'll start those here shortly, and I'll make sure and report all that stuff in January for y'all. Audit field work is scheduled for the second week of January. Everything is already starting to be uploaded, getting to go. Everything's good there. I did a 1-hour hotel tax seminar. Really nothing's changed with that. It's still putting heads in beds and trying to figure out ways, but the cities are having trouble. Like, they're accumulating this money and they can't spend it because of all the ways that our hands are tied with hot tax. So I think that maybe the comptroller's starting to understand that something needs to happen. Encode software, they're doing a bunch of tax reporting updates. There's been issues where I'm on an Encode chat board where we talk about financial stuff, and you can run 3 different reports and get 3 different numbers, and it's getting a little bit frustrating. So a bunch of us have work orders out there with Encode trying to figure out what's going on. It's not huge. I was showing Zach it may be $8 here or $6 here, but it still throws me out of balance. And then we will have a lot of employees out for the holiday at the end of the year, and taking some time off. So if you do call or have anybody that is trying to call City Hall and they're getting the recording, just please tell them to just keep calling and that I will get back to them eventually. I have most of it that goes directly. If it does rings on my desk phone, it goes to my cell phone. I try to pick up as soon as I can.
Well, we're gonna have people here. We're still gonna have the window open and everything, right?
We will. Well, yeah, the window will stay open unless Ronnie's gone. We do close it for about 30 minutes a day. Virginia's going to be gone at the end of the month for a month, and then I'm going to have Miss Paula, I think, gone for a week. Yeah, a week. So we're going to be juggling a little bit. So just tell them to have patience, and then we will get back to them, I promise. Y'all have any questions? Any of
Any
that?
questions? No? Thank you, Lynette. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking care of getting the audit all situated and everything.
Well, mine is short and sweet like always. This is what we collected for the month of November, 78,000, with a total of year-to-date 137,000. My beer and wine license was 175. That was the Hacienda Jalisciense. They did their beer and wine license renewal this year. These are all my trainings or meetings that I had for the month of November. Nothing special. PNC, regular meetings, Thanksgiving. And activity for November, my records request was only 1, fulfill 1, year-to-date 10. My agendas that I published was 5, and my minutes that I completed were 5. Ordinances 2, resolution 6. And I think that's all I have. But I do have quite more stuff to put on the other one for this month. But and the what did you ask earlier? Is this something? What? I will be out. I will be gone December 23rd through the holidays. Just the 1 week with just 3 days of holidays, 2 days plus the day that I asked for, 2 regular days. So I'll be gone then.
For the week of
Christmas. Do you have any questions?
anything?
No, thank you all.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Short and sweet for y'all. Update on our COs. We have the sewer plant moved up to 95% design on that. And then the 12 main loop moved up from 90 to 95%. The only thing we're waiting on is still the easements, and just had correspondence today, even with Jesse, who's working on getting all that squared away, and so we can get it in the hands of the property owners and in time for that project to really get going. So, and then I didn't have it on here, but the elevated storage, I have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for Thursday. And so the notice to proceed is scheduled for January 2nd. So they should get started mobilizing on site for the elevated storage at the first of the year and get going on that. So we'll see activity out there.
Around there aware?
That'll be discussed in our pre-con for sure. So
Let's make sure we let everybody
yes.
in that area.
Yep.
There's gonna be a lot more traffic.
Yes, for sure.
And then, daily hours.
Yeah, and we did restrict it to normal kind of business hours and stuff because there is residents there. So yeah, but that'll be a part of the pre-con meeting. Not a lot of update as far as homes completing, but we do in phase 5, we now have 9 complete and a couple more from last month that are under construction. So a total of 30 under construction there. No changes on any of the other phases for Saddle Ridge. And then same with Rosewood, still the 41 completed and 13 under construction as of when we pulled the numbers last week. And no update on Lido Farms. I did talk with the attorney for Lido Farms, and they are still finalizing the assessments, and all of that will be a part of the still agreements that still have to come forward to council. So we will still have a chance to look at that and see that information. So it's not over yet. So they're still working on it. The developer's been in and out of the country, so that's part of why it's kind of been pushed a little bit. But they, obviously they are working out there and continuing to build out the subdivision for phase 1, which is great. As far as permit data, As you can see, applications received, typically November and December, it is going to tail off as far as what we're getting in, just with the holidays and stuff like that. And then permits issued for the month of November as well. Inspections, most of this obviously related to the home builds that we're seeing out in Rosewood and Saddle Ridge.
Can you go back one?
Yeah, sure.
So you had somebody in November ask for a pool?
Yeah. There was actually 2 received, and then we did issue one, and it was communicated that they could not fill it. So we've communicated that every single time, because we're under stage 4. So they're not going to be able to. If you're going to pay for it, I can't tell you no, but I can tell you not to fill it. So yeah.
But they could bring in,
They could bring outside water. Yes. Yeah. That is an option. Just the certificate of occupancy is residential 3, and then the certificate of compliance 2. Obviously, you saw fire marshals. There was a couple on there. I just accidentally left those off for that. As far as court and I want to reiterate, it looks very low, like on the disposed citations and violations for the month of November at 13. But again, this is just ones that come in November and are disposed in November. So they could have worked on other ones outside of that month in October or early in the year. So that's why it looks a little low there. But it shows the November ones, and then obviously both of those combined to be the FY total thus far. As far as contracts, obviously still dealing with CPS Energy on the pending billing issue. Nothing really to report on that. I did speak with the fire department, and so we will have updated contract in front of y'all in January for that. And AT&T and Frontera continue to work on the equipment return and everything, closing out all that. So I probably talk once a week with Frontera, if not more, and dealing with that. So it's kind of a ridiculous process, but we're beholden to it. So yeah.
Probably Zach, just on the city yards.
The yard maintenance, yeah.
We'll probably need to go ahead and get together and look at it based on TxDOT. New requirements and everything else to make sure that we incorporate
our right of ways and stuff.
To pick up even more to make sure. I know if they're under construction, it's a whole different story. But
Yeah.
They're getting ready to close out on that one.
On the I-35 contract, yeah.
We got grass growing in between cracks.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah, and so just for everybody's reference, basically the TxDOT maintenance agreement allows for they typically will come in once a year and do mowing in their right of ways, and then if the maintenance agreement allows for the cities to basically take that on if they choose to do so any other time to work and mow in those areas, which obviously is a lot of work in some of those places. As an existing contract like the I-35 or the sidewalk project, any of those, they maintain it during that time, or they're supposed to be maintaining it during that time. But once that project is completed and it's turned over, then that's when we
did
it'd
have
be
them
on us.
come out and do a little bit of mowing
They
in
did.
different places, but they didn't do anything like around
No.
the sidewalks.
Yeah. And they're going to do the bare minimum, as you can see. So
Unfortunately, it doesn't look good on
Yeah.
the frontage roads.
So obviously that's not included in our current maintenance program, right? With our contractor for lawn care or not lawn
it is not for the right of ways. No,
Yeah.
that's just the city facilities are included in that particular contract.
However, that's where it would encompass. It would be on that contract, right? If we decided to do that in the future.
Yeah, we could look at adding that or doing something else. If that, I know there was discussion at looking at migrating some of those responsibilities back to the parks person potentially. So I think it's definitely something we need to look at for sure. So
Yeah, because I know that frontage road is in my district, and it got to the point where it was unsightly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Nice brand new walkway, and then you got weeds crossing.
Yes.
Now on the other side with the where the hotel is, there's a portion there you can't even cross.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to look into that.
And it's still in their contract, right? It's still under the contract.
Yeah, the contract is still active on that particular, so I'll definitely reach out and make sure that they come out at least one more time before they close out. But I know part of the closeout was the whole extension of the 12-inch across the 3175 to service everything over there. So that was really the last little bit of that contract. So now that's basically winding down. You know, that contract's going to be over, and
Yeah, I know the
it'll be on
property
us.
owners, they take care of their frontage.
Correct.
Which looks real nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Meetings on the left. As far as the right, obviously, as Lynette mentioned, finalizing the billing on the stormwater utility. You all will see that January, February timeframe on the bills. Pending project, obviously, with the sidewalk, as we mentioned, on 2790 here in front of City Hall. We did receive bids on the plugging of well 3. I can tell you that it's the low side was about 120,000 to 140,000 for that project. So that will be coming to y'all in January with a recommendation and then some options on how we take care of that. But we did. It does appear it's going to be around that price. The 120 and the 140 were by the same bidder, but those it depends on how Edwards and TCEQ will allow us to plug it. There are multiple methods to do it, so that's how the price varies in that particular instance. The high end was way out there, so 120, 140 is from what we got, it's not terrible. UWR still working out at well 2. They actually will be out tomorrow. We should see them out there, start getting the actual pump back into the casing and lowering that. And they are working on getting the remainder of the oil that is sitting on top or anything that was left over out, a part of that same process. So we should start seeing them out there. They finished phase 1, which is redoing the concrete box out there. That was the only way to get it back in and secured. So big help there. The RFQ for engineering, those went live last week. So, and I have already received a couple engineering firms in the area that have reached out asking questions. So hopefully we'll get some good responses from that. That'll close at the end of the month into January, and we'll make some decisions from there. And then finalizing the audit services, Lynette and I just talked about that today for the bid documents for that. And this would be to find the firm going forward, at least to make our switch after the 5-year that we just had under our current auditors. So we are finalizing those documents, and hopefully those will also be out later this month, if not the very first part of January, so we have them on board starting under the new year. And as far as human resources, we got the library clerk, obviously job out there. The permit tech job, I actually have interviews scheduled all this week, so hopefully we will find someone. Got about 5 or 6 that'll be interviewing. Myself and Paula will be working on that. And I actually had a really good interview today with somebody that has some licenses on the maybe potentially fulfilling our foreman position. It's not every day somebody walks in with actual, ready to go licenses on the shelf, in his pocket. So it'd be a big help for our crew to get him on board. So we'll see what that looks like, and then also backfill the labor position that we also have open. So, and that's it, unless there's any other questions.
Is this your 1-year anniversary week?
It is on the 11th. Yeah.
That's 2 days. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. And we appreciate everything you're doing. Zach is also just counsel, just so you know. on our booster station too. Tomorrow we're going to have the PS.
Yes, the PSI, they'll be out tomorrow to start working on that. And, with between the well and the new well and the booster station. So, and Cruz is actively working out also at the booster station, Cruz Construction, to get a valve out there. And this is so we can fix the clay valves that need to be fixed out there. So in order to be able to shut them off one at a time, we need another valve out there to
Without stopping.
so that way we don't lose any water in the concept. So.
Yeah, these are projects that have been going on. The clay valves, I can tell you from the time I was a councilman that we've had issues with them. So it's been a while. So this is good that we're finally getting them, and that's going to help with our telemetry and everything that we're doing. And this sensor that we're going to get is just an added bonus to be able to kind of monitor our system a little bit easier and be able to give us indicators a lot earlier than later. So it's like a pre-indicator to another indicator.
Yes.
So it kind of helps us out, be able to take care of that. And that's using the new system that we have installed. So that's a good thing.
And I do know that I had some conversations with Craig just while we're on the booster station. With Craig Bell with TRC, they're finalizing the changes that I've requested after we rejected all bids for the booster station improvements. So they're making some changes to that. Hopefully that'll be out. If not in December, definitely in January. So big things are happening. The CDBG grant that we got, which is a 12-inch line going out towards coal mine. And really that's all being taken care of by that, with GrantWorks and that contractor. They're going to be opening bids here next week. So we'll see what comes back on that. And yeah, a lot of activity going on, which is great.
Council, anything? All right. Once again, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to item number 9. This is informational items. So we'll go ahead and start over here. Is there anything? Paula, anything you want to share?
Something. Gonzaba and Eminence Insurance will be having the senior Christmas bingo this Thursday. They move it for this Thursday, yes. Let's see. Wednesday, the 11th, from 12 to 2, and they will be having a Christmas breakfast giveaway on the 19th at the Lido Methodist Church, and on the 21st at the St. Andrew's Church, another giveaway.
Do you have anything we can push out
I
on
do,
social
and I'll
media?
send those to you.
Send it and Richie too, so Richie can
Okay,
also send it out.
we'll do.
We'll do that. Cool.
I
Thank you.
asked her to get details of the morning.
That was a unique experience. I'll just leave it at that. So. Nothing. Richie? Matt? Nothing. Okay. When are we getting our drone? Getting close?
I completed the lease agreement today. They ordered it. It's a 6 to 8 week lead time. They're thinking we've already got officers enrolled in the Part 107 Academy, so we're actively working on that. And I'm actively working on a policy for it. So hopefully soon. And then our sirens. The antennas were ordered. The original ones quoted. The shipping went way up because UPS wouldn't ship them on a truck. So he was going to do a little different option for another antenna that works.
Okay.
And then we'll get those installed and see how that works for us.
Roger that. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Anything informational we want to share? Anything at all? Molly? Nothing at all. Okay. First of all, just want to say thanks to the City Hall staff, everybody who had a part with the Christmas get-together, being able to take care of that. Matt, thank you for the brisket donation, providing the meat that went along with that. I think it was a good time, being able to get folks together and kind of remember what it's all about. So thank you for all those that actually helped out in taking care of that. Like it was mentioned earlier, we have the hayride on Saturday. So we're going to get busy with that. Richie, if you'd like, probably tomorrow if we need to do or Wednesday if we need to do a quick huddle, it might be good for us just to do another one. Just last minute tweaks and stuff. See if there's
I do
any.
need to, Bill, you need to clarify, we're gonna do some minor road blocking, so we need to make sure clear that up, what exactly we want to.
Council, just a reminder on that, we're expanding in a little bit more. We actually have some businesses that are getting a lot more involved this time, so we'll have like a car show on one end, we have outside vendors on another. We have a Santa's workshop for kids over at the Shops of Lidle too. So there's gonna be a lot more activity in that area, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one or two more businesses jump on like always towards the end. So it's gonna be good in the sense of being able to do that. Be able to take care of that. So it should be good. I want to thank Public Works, Paola, everybody getting involved with the Christmas decorations. I've gotten feedback. Trust me, every day I get feedback. When are they going up? They're going up. So we've been very busy with a lot of projects. Our Public Works has been very busy with a few other things, but we will have all the decorations up that need to be up. We have some unique ones that we're going to use in different places. But by the time we get done, it's going to look really nice in different spots. So I already spotted 2 people taking photos over at the frame with a
Gidley House.
over at the Gidley House. So it's been pretty good. And just want to let you know that we actually were able to salvage 3 trees and spearmint-looking candy that we were able to put together. These are some of the original decorations, from what I understand, especially the trees. You can tell they were welded, but they're historical. But those are the ones. We have others, but they all just got torn up, and they were exposed to the elements and everything. So Zach, thank you so much for your help, and Public Works with that. So we should be putting those out. So it's going to be unique. They're going to look a little plain, but you know what? They're historical. That's what matters, right?
That's right. History is good.
History
Yes.
is good. So we'll be able to put those up and highlight those. We already talked about the IHOP. Just let everybody know. We might do I hope, maybe the pancakes a little bit later. So it depends on how quickly they take care of some of the other stuff. They are going to be practicing doing some other stuff, so it'll be pretty neat. Okay, Molly, is this technically your last? Okay, so Molly will actually be getting ready to assume her new responsibilities as our county attorney for Atascosa. So we're very happy for her. She's still going to be connected. She'll have that little dash, another three, but she'll still be connected to us with some of the open items that we actually have. If you haven't heard, we've had a switch. So we will be having Austin instead of Richard now coming in and assuming the responsibility. Austin is very familiar with our city. He already handles our municipal court, already deals with our staff, so it should be a very easy transition to be able to do that. And he's always been behind the scenes already with some of our projects too. So he is familiarized, just to let you know. So I know we were kind of like in the middle trying to figure things out, but it's not going to go ahead and happen. But you never know. Molly might pop up once in a while. You just never know. Just come over and say,
Yeah.
Come over.
Got planned. Send us some more.
come over and say, so. I know. Birthdays. So we have Liza.
She was already.
So take care. It's on the other, yeah. And then we have Wayne coming up also right after. And then we have David and Anthony on the 21st. So we've got a few birthdays that are coming up. Be able to take care of that on there. Any last minutes? Anything else? Okay, I just want to say thanks to our council and staff for a good 2024. You know, as we've talked about, the council took action. We are not supposed to have another meeting. If we do, we'll have to do it because of a special reason, but we actually hope that we don't have to. That gives us a lot of flexibility on our staff too. We've taken care of a lot of items and issues that we're taking care of. And I can tell you in this past year, and we all started from the time that Matt was around. Really appreciate everything. Zach jumped on and you beat me to the punch with the anniversary. Zach has just run and taken care of a lot of stuff. We've done a lot. And we've gotten a lot further than we could ever be. So This is really good. We still have some work to do, and we look forward to 2025 to get things done and off the books. And that's what it's all about. So we can spend, as you noticed, we've been doing really good with our meetings. We're taking care of a lot of stuff, and our meetings are getting shorter. Molly's a lot happier, so this is a good thing. Special thanks. I would like to pass on, please, to all your families. Special thanks to them for their commitment of supporting you as we get the opportunity to take care of, because they're unsung heroes who spend time. They have to juggle things while we're actually taking care of stuff. So please pass it on to all your families. Our city is in a better position now than it has ever been to your commitment for the betterment of Lytle. Lots of smiles, and I mean that, and folks looking out for each other. I tell you, it feels really, really good to be able to go to other communities and meet with some of the other mayors and meet with other ones, and they all talk real highly about Lytle and what we're actually doing. I won't say the cities, but there's cities that are actually duplicating the things that we're actually doing here. But that just means that we get a chance to keep getting things better and better and stuff. And you will see that in 2025, where we're going to be doing some creative things and make it even
Mayor,
better.
I would also like to add that you yourself have been a primary role in all this. You've been a great mayor. You're always out there. You're always involved. And I know the citizens of Lytle really appreciate that. And I know the council members, we appreciate that as well. So thank you for putting in your time.
No, well, I appreciate it, but it's just like all of you and all of our staff, we listen to people, and we listen to them, and we figure out and try to do that, and that's what it's all about. But thank you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. That's what we're supposed to do. So lastly, thank you for your involvement in making us a better community and preparing ourselves as a time to go ahead and reflect on what this time, reflect on Christmas, to have the holidays, and bringing in the new year that goes along with that. Please be safe out there, but at the same time, please take the time to be able to pause, enjoy, and remember it's all about. Our time in this world is very short, and we can't miss out the opportunities to be among our loved ones and be able to celebrate those moments that go along with that. So with that in mind, it is 8:03 right now, and I would like to entertain a motion for us.
Mayor, I'd make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Okay, got a motion. I have a second. Got a second. Any discussion?